What is it that goes on in the heart that makes these relationships of life difficult? Well, again, here's one of these passages that I just think is power-packed with relational diagnosis, relational wisdom, and actually relational hope. Let me read. For Christ's love compels us, because we are convinced that one died for all and therefore all died. And he died for all, that those who live should no longer live for themselves, but for him who died for them and was raised again. Now that went by very fast. Let me read 15 again. And he died for all, that those who live, hear this, should no longer live for themselves. Here's what sin does to all of us. Sin causes us to shrink our lives down to the size of our lives. Sin causes me to narrow my personal field of concern down to the claustrophobic confines of my wants, my needs, my feelings. Sin inserts me in the center of my little universe, the one place I must never be, because the place for God and God alone. Sin really does make it all about me, my wants, my needs, my feelings. Now hear this. Because the power of sin has been broken, that's justification, but the presence of sin still remains and is being progressively eradicated. That's sanctification. What this verse is saying is applicable to 10 out of 10 people in this room. We all still have sin in us, and we all struggle with that inertia of sin, that motivation of sin, my wants, my needs, my feelings. I want chocolate at ready reach all the time. I'm quite serious. Just coat the world in it, so at any point I can take a bite. I want to drive on roads paid for by other citizens who choose not to use them. I want a wife who says to me, "Of course, Paul, I agree with you. I've lived with the glory that is you." I want children who say, "Yes, Father, I will forthwith go and obey because you, sir, are wise." Now let's think about the logic of what Paul is saying, the theology that's embedded in this passage, very practical theology. Here's the first thing. Paul is actually arguing that the DNA of sin is selfishness. The DNA of sin is selfishness. Selfishness is what sin is about. You don't sin for somebody else, you do it for you. It's I want what I want, when I want it, how I want it, where I want it, with whom I want it, and I don't want rules put on me. Imagine the shocking selfishness of Adam and Eve, who were in a perfect world. They had everything. It wasn't enough. My wants, my needs, my feelings. Sin is fundamentally meistic.